Guys, we got big news in the Bellied Up world. We now have a voicemail line. We know that it can be frustrating to call in and wait for a long time. We hear you, that stinks. So by including the voicemail line, it will allow everyone to get a chance to have their topic heard. We'll listen to the voicemails, then line up calls with the ones that we love. This means the more interesting your topic and the more energy that you bring increases your chances of being featured on the show. So if you want to be on the show, call 218-303-5095. You can call in 24/7. And again, the number is 218-303-5095. And if you forget the number, it's in the description of the podcast. So don't worry. Cheers. Enjoy the episode.
Hey there, folks. Welcome to the Bellied Up podcast. I am Charlie Berens, and ho, ho, ho. Merry last Christmas. It's over now, Miles. So this is Miles, by the way.
Are you a Christmas Eve or Christmas Day guy or equal?
Oh, I'm a Christmas Eve guy because I like
a Christmas Eve too.
Yeah, I like the anticipation. You know, I like the baby Jesus not quite in the crib yet. You know, I like the I like the idea of Santa coming.
You like labor more than you like the afterbirth.
Spoken like a true father, Miles. Yeah.
Tell you what, once they get that epidural, I know they didn't have them back then, but I mean, you're chilling until it's go time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you know that I wonder if I should say this on my mom had 12 kids, no epidural.
That is crazy.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? Like, I feel like
tell you what,
she deserves the props, man.
I don't think you've experienced this, Charlie. I don't know for sure. But once those contractions starts happening, it's
what do you mean you don't know?
I just didn't want to assume
that I have you think I'd tell you if I had a kid.
I don't know.
Well, I don't have a kid, Miles. Well, how did we even get on this topic? We're talking about Christmas, for God's sake. I would say I'm more of
I'm kidding, by the way. Charlie does not have a child.
I would say
we know about.
Wink, wink. I would say I'm more of a Christmas Eve guy because I feel like by the night of Christmas, Miles, there's already that fear that, oh no, it's over. The anticipation, all that we built up to, it's done. Because there's some crazy bastards that on the 26th, this day, you know what they do? They box it all up and they put it away.
That is crazy.
The Canadians.
I bet there's some people that even do it on Christmas Day evening.
Yeah, like the dad who on the last day of vacation doesn't enjoy the last day of vacation. He's like, all right, pack it up. You spend the entire last day.
We don't. Our flight doesn't leave till 6 p.m. I don't care. We're gonna go sit at the airport, and so we're not late.
Yeah, some crazy man.
Yeah, Dad on Christmas Day, they open all the presents. Like, all right, grab an ornament, put it away. I got the top of the tree. You kids are young. Grab the bottom of the tree. We'll bring it downstairs.
Do you think? Did you get a real tree at your house?
No, God, no.
Oh, why? You got allergies?
That would require planning, and time, and all of that.
Did you put up any tree?
Oh yeah, we got a nice flocked tree.
What does flocked mean?
It's got the appearance that it's got snow on it. So it's white.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah, it gets everywhere. It's miserable.
Dude, growing up, my Nana had this aluminum tree from the Miro company. You ever seen a Miro craft boat? It's a little dinghy boat.
Yeah.
Same company out of Manitowoc, Wisconsin, the Miro company. Aluminum.
Took their extra aluminum and made trees out of them?
Yeah. And it was a huge thing to have an aluminum tree. If you know someone with an aluminum tree, you hold on to that. That's going to be worth some money someday.
Just like Beanie Babies.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, when we were cleaning out my grandpa's stuff after he passed, found a whole collection of Beanie Babies.
And were any worth anything?
No, actually, at the family reunion, there was a box of them and every kid could take two. And they were throwing them in the mud. It was hilarious. Anyways, my big question here is, when is it okay to stop? When is it okay to take down the tree? What do we say? I think Boxing Day, it's a little too soon. It's a little too soon for the Christmas magic to leave us all.
Yeah, I mean, you got to wait till at least after New Year's.
After New Year's, you say? Is that when you're going to be taking down your tree, Miles?
Yeah, it won't be before New Year's, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
It's still up right now.
I go. Last year, my tree was up until April.
Spring has sprung and then take it down, you know?
Spring has sprung. I took it down.
It goes from a Christmas tree to just a winter tree.
You know what's funny?
If you take the ornaments off, then it's just
a tree in your house.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Why all the fake trees that people put as decor in their house?
Yeah.
Why are they all just like normal fig trees and olive trees? Why don't people put evergreen trees
Right.
in the corner of the room?
Exactly. Like, that's what I was thinking. Why not get the whole friggin' root bed in there, put it in a big old pot, and then plant it back out in the yard again after, you know.
Yeah, you could do that.
You know, just you bring that's the Christmas tree
out.
right there.
Well, at some point, it's going to be too big for your house.
And then you go to the next one.
Okay.
The next sapling. That's the circle of life.
Yeah.
In my family, we always keep it up until the Feast of the Three Kings. Yeah.
January.
Come on, you good Catholic. What day is it?
23rd. I don't know.
I think it's the 9th. I don't know either.
I was gonna say I don't even remember that, and I had 13 years of Catholic education.
Well,
My
that's why
parents
you're.
need a refund.
Yeah. That'd be funny if you could get that. Like have your
You take a test at the end, and whatever you get wrong, you get discounted off of all of the money you spent.
It's like a rebate.
Yeah.
Your dad's like, don't learn a damn thing there.
Yeah.
Um.
Loophole.
Yeah.
What's funny about when we did put our tree up this year?
Mm-hmm.
This is classic Miles and Ann situation here.
What happened?
Well, first of all, Ann brings the lights out of the basement, and she's just banging those things around, dropping them on the ground, hitting them against stuff. I'm like, you're gonna make the lights go out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you're gonna filament it, and it's gonna fall out, and it won't work.
And if one goes out, they all go out. How would they not fix that?
So
in
then
lights?
she starts wrapping the top of the tree. I'm like, let's plug them in to see if they work.
Smart.
So we plug it in, works, right? So we go around, then we do the next rung around there, plug it in, second rung doesn't work.
Really?
Yep. So we had a half lit tree. So we had to order some lights off of Amazon. It's a whole thing.
Why couldn't you just gone to the hardware store?
We could have, but it's 2024 and I'm a millennial, so bought it on Amazon.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay. I went last year and cut down a Christmas tree with Randa.
Did you?
Yeah.
And how'd it go?
It was cool. It was fun. Felt a little bad.
Did you use a chainsaw or an axe?
No, used a saw.
Oh, yeah.
An axe on these little baby trees? No, just hack away at it.
Yeah, you're like trying to impress her. You got a flannel on. You know, you oil up beforehand.
Up?
Sleeveless flannel.
Sleeveless flannel.
Oil up the arms.
Yeah.
Just walking through with an axe. I think this one, and you choose too big of a tree, and it takes you like an hour to chop it down.
And I've clearly never chopped a tree down before.
Yeah.
You know?
You're just sweating.
Have you ever
getting pissed?
Have you ever chopped? Have you ever chopped a tree?
You're like, I thought this was going to be more romantic.
I just have a cold wedgie.
Yeah.
You know, from all the up and down of it all.
She's just standing there like, I'm cold. Can we go?
Freezing with a hot chocolate, you know, watching like the baby oil freeze to my skin. Yeah, it wasn't like that. Don't worry. It was just a little sawed. Tree farm. Good tax loophole, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it's called farming the tax code. From what I hear.
To explain, I love a good loophole.
I don't know. Someone told me that. They said the best way to get in on the tax rebates is to get a tree farm. I think because you plant them and then it takes 7 years for them to grow. So in that 7 years, you can be like, yeah, I kind of need a movie theater on this farm as well. That'll really
it's
help.
just basically a business. If you have a piece of land, plant some trees, call it a tree farm, be Charlie's Tree Farm LLC, then you can write off all of the water at that place because you got to water them.
You do have to water the trees.
Evergreens don't need that much, but we don't need to.
You don't need to tell anyone.
Your soil's dry, so
it is. Yeah, it's dry, and then they like just open up the report of how much rain we got. You know, it's like, what do you have, a water park on this thing? And I do.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do.
And
but you got to have a water park on your tree farm because how are you going to stay in business in the summer?
Exactly.
No one's I don't know if you guys know this. The market for evergreen trees plummets right around this time of the year. So you got to.
Oh yeah.
You got.
It's like Guys, you won't believe this. On Black Friday every year, turkey sales just go.
It's crazy. So you gotta diversify your portfolio. as they
Chocolate
say.
between the time of November 1st and February 1st, just then it ramps up again in February.
It does.
And then it goes.
I would just like that sound effect that you're doing. We should get a sound effects machine here. That would be so much fun. You know, like a little frog sound, or what do you think,
What do
Jared?
you think, Jared?
We did that for YBR. It didn't quite go.
It's
that
very
well.
distracting.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Anytime I'm listening to a podcast that has it, I kind of turn it off.
Because right away you abuse it, you know, you overdo it, and then you're like, all right, we should dial it back, and then you just forget about it.
Yeah. And then I don't know. I'm not. It's not my thing, but maybe somebody who's good at it can bring it back and bring it back good.
Yeah.
Not us. Well, anyways, Miles, it's I'm glad that we're here. I'm glad that.
What'd you get for Christmas?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that, Miles. I'm glad you asked. You know what I got for Christmas? Oh,
Fireworks?
I missed.
Fireworks?
Shoot, I missed it.
Roman candle?
Jeez, I missed again.
Cherry bombs?
Oh, I missed it.
You
Missed
did
another pheasant.
Did you get a shotgun?
Yes. Yes. You get
What
it
kind?
now? Oh, you know, a nice one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Over under, semi-auto.
I got an over under. A little click drop.
Maybe a Judge revolver.
Ooh.
Be
Judge
fun.
revolver.
We should try and hunt pheasants with a Judge.
Those things are cool, man.
My cousin's got one.
Someone that I know has one. I forget who it is, but I've shot one of those things.
They're fun.
Jeez Louise. What even is? I think it was like it was a very weird gauge. What is the gauge you put in those things?
Yeah.
What? 410. Yeah, it's those 410s. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if someone could do that with like a 12 gauge though. That's like how you shoot yourself. It like kicks back.
I have a sawed-off pistol grip 12-gauge shotgun.
Ooh, that's illegal. I'm going to tell the police.
Is it really?
It's totally
You
illegal.
can buy them online.
I guess you're right. It's America. It's probably not illegal.
Yeah.
It's like that's as American as evading the tax code. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for you. Where'd you get that? Did you saw it off yourself?
No.
Where'd you get
That
it?
would have been cooler. Got online.
Really?
Yeah.
I that actually does sound illegal.
I don't think it is.
In North Dakota, it's probably not. In Minnesota, you cross that line?
No.
No. Well, good for you, Miles.
Yeah, thanks. Well, guys, Merry late Christmas. And should we take some callers?
Sure.
All right, folks. Well, we got Tyler from Canada on the line, and Tyler is wondering why families bring their children to Hooters. Tyler, what is so wrong with bringing your family to Hooters?
Yeah.
Well, a fucking couple weeks ago, I was sitting there at the Hooters, like, you know, just absolutely cranking beer as you do. And I was sitting there and I ended up having an arm wrestle. So we cleared off the table and then destroyed a bunch of shit by accident. It was a complete accident. But there was like a fucking 6-year-old watching me as I was doing this absolutely trash. And I'm like, why the hell did you bring your 4 and 6-year-old to Hooters to come have a friggin' burger? Like, go to the McDonald's or something, for Christ's sake.
Whoa.
Okay, well, there's a lot to unpack here, Charlie.
Yeah.
First of all, what is so wrong with bringing your 4 and 6-year-old to Hooters? It's a great establishment.
They got great wings. You think kids don't like wings?
They got great wings. They have very friendly staff there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem is.
They have a great atmosphere. What's so wrong with that?
I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom didn't like bringing me to places where there's just titties absolutely everywhere.
Oh, whoa.
What are you talking about?
When I go to Hooters, I look at the menu and the waitress's eyes. The menu, the eyes.
Yep.
That's it.
Sometimes the TV.
Menu, eyes, TV. Menu, eyes, TV. What are you talking about this titties thing?
I think you're lying there, Charlie.
Really? Oh, now he comes on the podcast. He insults parents in Canada for trying to feed their kids some good protein. And now he says I'm lying. Well,
Plus,
Not just parents in Canada, parents everywhere.
plus also they have, for a 4 and 6 year old, they have high quality milk at this establishment. That's what kids drink, you know?
That's a good point. Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong.
I didn't know they serve milk at Hooters, Miles.
Yeah, they do.
I thought it should beer. They have it on tap.
It's off menu, but yeah, it is on tap.
Oh, fair enough. Kind of like the secret menu where you find like Everclear and stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah. What do you do in arm wrestling? It sounds like maybe I don't want to say it, but maybe you guys are the problem causing a ruckus. It sounds like you destroyed some stuff off of arm wrestling.
Yeah, we might have knocked over a couple glasses, and they might have been full of beer. And I was walking down the street in Toronto, and I'm from like a small town about an hour outside of Toronto. So I was down there in the big city, you know, just living my life, and I'm sitting there drunk as hell walking through downtown Toronto, and all these people in their Gucci shoes and their Louis Vuitton purses, and I was walking up to them like, "Hey, where do I buy pants around here?" And that was just not a good thing. Everybody looked at me like I was stupid as hell, which fair enough. But
Where do I buy pants around here? Is that what you said?
yeah.
Why
Were
you?
you,
well,
were you
I
wearing
spilled a whole-
pants?
Yeah, I was wearing pants, but they were soaked in beer because I spilled it. When the glass broke, all the beer went directly over me. So I was walking through downtown Toronto, just covered in beer. And then I was walking around trying to find some pants.
Now, can you
It was
be
an
honest?
interesting night.
Can you be honest with me? Were you arm wrestling? Did you spill beer, or did you just have too much to drink and miss the urinal? Because that happens.
I had too much to drink and then decided to arm wrestle. I think that was like the key there.
Did you get kicked out of the Hooters? Is that where this is really coming from?
No, we left before they got the chance to. We crunched the shots we had on the table and then paid our bills and left before they could kick us out. And then went to the next bar after we found some pants.
Did you? I hope you tipped your bartender quite a bit for breaking
I
those
tipped her.
glasses.
Don't worry. It was a couple days after payday. Don't worry.
Okay, smart. Question for you. Why were you arm wrestling? What happened?
Well, we just started talking shit, and then somebody said they would beat me in an arm wrestle, and I don't really know what happened. The beer lost the arm wrestle. I don't really know who won.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
But
so you're not.
I wonder though if there was some sort of ego thing going on here, Charlie. You know, the friendly staff is watching.
100%.
You know, you're trying to look like a big man in front of the friendly staff. Some guy calls you out. What do you think?
I think
It was actually my best friend.
your best friend called you out. Said, "I want what?"
Yeah.
And then, So yeah, the testosterone was just roaring through this place, and the problem is because you're not looking people in the eye, and I think that's where it all starts. You're not looking people in the eye, and I think you gotta start doing that. That's where the soul lives. Okay, you know you can't be doing what you were doing in there. Is the bottom line. Hey, go ahead.
I was just about to say you're probably right. Go ahead, Charlie.
Oh, no. Are you a good arm wrestler? Just out of curiosity, like,
No.
Okay, so you don't go into bars typically and arm wrestle. That's not kind of your thing.
No,
This is just
generally not.
the beer caught you on the wrong hour at the wrong moment, and you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what happened.
Okay.
You know, I'm thinking about this bringing your family to Hooters thing, Charlie.
Yeah.
And I think that the more I think about it, the better the idea is, actually. He's hating on it, but I think it's a great place to bring your kids.
I also think that's the case. I mean, you could have like the Owl's Nest, you know, which is like a little daycare, you know, for the kids. And I mean, I think this is a whole side business for Hooters.
Yeah.
And you know, you have little owls all over the place. Kids love a good owl.
Yeah.
You know, and they can go.
That's very good. That's a very good point. They could put like, I don't know, a big old cooler or something in there, and they could just fill it with ice, and they could keep beer and kids in there, and they could just keep bringing us beers.
Yeah, that
Save
is
on
true.
top.
Yeah.
Oh, the kids.
God, but what's the staff gonna do if the kids are bringing you beers?
I wonder if they can get smart serves or allowed to serve alcohol.
Get
I guess once you hit like 12, you're good to go.
Yeah, especially in Wisconsin.
Yeah, if that's in Wisconsin, that's fine. Yeah, we let that stuff slide all the time.
Over in Canada, it's the same way.
In the Owl's Nest, they have like a crayon set with different pictures that you can color in.
What are the pictures of?
They just have balloons and milk jugs.
Oh my god!
They have. Help me out.
No, I think you're doing just fine. Just fine yourself. Hey,
coconuts, watermelons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they could color in the servers, waitresses.
Well, see, that's what Miles was trying not to say, but I see where you're going with on that. Can I ask you this?
It's the truth. That's what they want to do.
Yeah. What's the food situation like? What's the difference between a Hooters in Canada versus a Hooters in the States? Do they have good wings up there in Canada too, or is it more like poutine?
Lots of poutines. I think there's very few places you can't go in Canada where everywhere sells poutines. Literally everywhere.
Okay, so what's the deal with that? I didn't know that poutine was a Canadian thing. Why do you guys love poutine so much?
It's cheese, fries, and gravy. What's not to love? They're all the best pieces.
I gotta tell you, poutine is a high risk dish. Okay, you can ruin poutine pretty quick by having bad gravy. And honestly, I'm not a fan of poutine. I
Really?
know. Yeah, I'm gonna get in trouble by all the Canadians by saying this, but poutine is definitely not my go-to. Poutine.
So you'd rather eat cheese curds on their own?
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with a cheese curd. A deep fried cheese
but you
curd?
can't go wrong with it. I haven't had a fried cheese curd. We don't really have that up here in Canada. We eat them with just covered in gravy.
Oh my gosh. Well,
it is a weird place.
yeah, maybe it's just I'm not a fan of gravy, and that's where it comes from. But what's better at the Hooters in Canada? What's their main dish? Is it poutine or is it wings?
I'm pretty sure it's wings or like Budweiser. One of the two.
Okay.
The main dish, Budweiser.
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm starting to think, Charlie, I think that they should hold an arm wrestling night at Hooters. Right now, it sounds like you're just having to do it on a table, and it sounds more dangerous than if they, you have the Owl's Nest daycare, and then right next door is a spot for people to arm wrestle. So when their testosterone gets a little bit too high from staring people in the eyes, they can go and duke it out on an arm wrestling table.
That would be over the top, Miles.
You pay $10 for a VIP spot to go arm wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could add a little side business. Miles, who do you think will win an arm wrestle, you or me?
Well, right now I'm dealing with a little bit of lopper's elbow. Charlie.
What's that?
Do you know what a lopper is?
No.
It's just basically like a big scissors that you cut branches with. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Loopers.
I was
You just called it loopers.
I was
That's what we call them over here in Canada, loopers.
Okay. I was lopping some trees when I was deer hunting, and I don't know what happened. I got some sort of tendonitis in my elbow. So if we were to arm wrestle, it would basically be I would play and hurt. So.
Oh, that's fine. I didn't care. I don't care if you're hurt. Let's do it. And that just sounds like an excuse to me. And do you
have any technique tips for me if I'm an arm wrestle Charlie here, since you do it a lot?
Use your weight. I don't do a lot of arm wrestling, but I have one buddy who's like half the size of me who just beats the hell out of everybody in arm wrestling, and I have no idea how.
Really?
All right, Jake, you want to come hold our hands?
He's got some fancy technique going.
And he uses his weight, huh?
Well, you got to keep a cheek on the chair.
Cheek on the chair. Okay, I like that.
Actually. Hey, boys, I got a question for you.
Well, hold on. We're in the middle of something right now.
Have him ask while we're doing this.
Ah, shit.
Okay.
No, what's your question?
Go ahead. All right, so Jake,
I drink a beer called Old Milwaukee Ice.
And then
do you have that up there?
Your hand goes off, then we go. I thought it was Old Milwaukee Ice. Charlie, do you know?
I've had Milwaukee's best ice. Old Milwaukee Ice. Do you guys serve Old Milwaukee Ice here? No? She just laughs and says no. Are we ready, Miles? And game on. Oh, god damn, what are you coming out the gate hot for, Miles? No, you fucker. Oh, he won. No, he caught me by surprise. I
Let's
want a
go.
rematch.
Caught him by. You gave the countdown.
I wasn't paying attention,
All right,
Miles.
boys.
Oh
Best
my-
2 out of 3. Best 2 out of 3.
No, God.
Yeah, 2 out of 3.
No,
Let's do it.
I am one and
Wow.
done. I can't feel my arm.
Miles, the mechanical energy there. That was electric. You came out the gate with that. I'm almost embarrassed.
All right, Charlie, let's go to Hooters.
He's ready. You want to ice
I
that?
need
Is that where
some
the next
wings.
podcast is gonna be at?
What'd you say?
Is that where the next podcast is going to be at, Old Hooters?
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, if you're Hooters out there, we love wings.
nice.
We love milk. So if you want to sponsor the show, hit us up.
Jeez Louise. Jeez
Right,
Louise. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. What'd you do with your old pants?
They're in the. I think I left them in Toronto. To be honest, I never found them.
He
I
definitely
don't know
pissed
where.
himself.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody just leaves their pants somewhere.
The old pump and dump. Pumped his pants full of piss and dumped them in a
True.
garbage somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're starting to poke holes in this story.
I'm going to be honest,
yeah,
Charlie.
you might be able to.
After I'm coming down from that arm wrestling match, I don't know if I've, unless it was clearly a weaker opponent, I don't know if I've ever won an arm wrestling match.
Yeah.
So that should make you feel good.
I don't know what it is. I think it wasn't that you're stronger than me. That's for sure.
You give me a place to stand, I'll move the world, Charlie. That's a quote about leverage. It's what life's all about.
Here's what happened. You got me right out the gate. And that's actually a good tip for arm wrestling. You got to go boom right out the gate, because as soon as you lose that
Leverage.
you're donezo. You know, and I lost that leverage.
Oh, fucking right.
I underestimated my opponent. I did.
Yeah, maybe next time you'll estimate me.
Well, overestimate.
I know. Next time you're going to estimate me
Yeah.
instead of overestimate me.
Loppers. I always call them snippers.
Yeah, same church, different pew.
Okay. I got snipper's elbow. So I was snipping, and that's why I lost.
Tyler, I got a question for you. Why not just go why not just go like arm wrestle at Applebee's? Why do you got to go to Hooters?
I've never been to an Applebee's before. Supposedly there is one down here. I thought it was an American thing for like the longest time ever, but I found out like a town like half hour, 40 minutes from me actually does have an Applebee's, and I really want to go there.
Charlie, this could be a fun game. All right, do you have these restaurants in Canada?
Oh, that's fun.
Do you guys
That would be a good one.
yeah, Applebee's.
I believe so now, but only a couple locations.
Okay,
Chili's.
No,
Twin
not
Peaks.
that I know of.
Twin Peaks.
There's a place called Twin Peaks. It's like an inspection company inspects houses.
Not what I'm talking about, but good to know. How about the Tilted Kilt?
Nope.
Wait, Miles, what is I've never been to a Twin Peaks or a Tilted Kilt. What's Twin Peaks?
It's the mountain version of Hooters. Just imagine if Hooters was set in Montana and or the Rocky Mountains.
I see. Okay.
Lumberjack version of Hooters.
What do they serve there?
And then they have great wings as well.
Do they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And Tilted Kilt? What?
I think it's the Irish version of Hooters.
Kilts are Scottish. so-
Scottish. I meant.
Scottish.
Oh, they're all the same.
That's all right. I might not be stronger than you, Miles, but I sure am smarter. And that's where I'm going to hang my hat today. See, I'm not wearing a hat
Yeah.
because it's hanging
What was
on
your
that.
geography school, Charlie?
What? My geography?
Yeah.
What about it?
I've seen all these podcasts of you, like, and like knowing everywhere in Switzerland or this.
Oh,
place,
yeah.
that place,
Oh
whatever.
yeah. No, wait. Where are you? Where are you living right now? What's the name of that
I'm
town?
living in a place. I'm living in a township called Clarington right now, about an hour east of Toronto.
Clarington. Is that what you said? Clarington, Canada. Oh yeah. No, I've
Yep.
been there. I've been.
You
there.
know what
Oh, I bet it is.
Clarington's all
Yeah,
about.
it's just north of Scotch from Radford, right? You ever been to Radford?
Oh, it's pretty close. Yeah, I've been up there drinking, playing hockey once or twice.
Yeah, and sometimes I go fishing over at Loch Green.
Is it a lake?
Yeah. It's a Loch is how they say lake in Canada.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Good walleyes and Loch Richardson. Oh my gosh, forget about it. The perch there. Yeah. Now we're cooking with
You
gas.
ever been salmon fishing?
Salmon fishing, yeah, sure have.
Yeah, and where did you go salmon? Where did you go salmon fishing at, Charlie?
Well, you got to find a good river system, and so sometimes what I'll do is I'll go down over to the Ottawa River, and if you hit it just south of Sand Bay, north Castleford, there's some good salmon spots right there. But if you go up north of Scotch a little bit more. Okay, I'm talking the Ottawa River right by Bay Crawford Lake, right down.
I'm pretty sure that's in like Quebec.
Yeah, it's in Quebec.
They got good salmon in Quebec, I've heard.
And it's Quebec. Okay.
No, the Quebec people come down to where I am to come fish.
Oh,
well, they just don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's because I'm not up there.
They don't know where to fish.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know where. But no, I'll tell you that Quebec-Ontario border, right? Just over by Dardanelles. I mean, my God, I got to tell you, they know what they're talking about. And if you head over to Steamboat Bay, you are in for a treat because that is a good bed and breakfast right there. Yeah.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah. So, anyways, maybe I'll see you over there in the Portage du Fort at some point.
Oh, fucking right.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you actually ran into him there one time?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I go over to Murph's chip stand sometimes. And chips, by the way, in Canada, it's fries. It's fries, but they don't call it fries. They call it chips. The River Club Portage is beautiful. Fat Boys Takeout. If you guys are hungry, go over to Fat Boys. So yeah, I highly recommend it, guys.
Oh yeah, I got a buy, sell, trade for you boys.
Oh yeah, what is it?
I'm looking to find me a mechanical bull.
Oh, you sound like a guy who's looking to buy a mechanical bull.
Yeah, but I can't really afford one. I've been searching in the old dirty Facebook marketplace, and they're like anywhere from like a couple thousand to like 20,000. So like my budget's like a case of Old Milwaukee and like $20.
Yeah, I think you're probably then not in the market for a mechanical bull. It sounds like.
I think you could get a bull.
Yeah. Well, no,
that doesn't move. A broken mechanical bull, potentially.
You could find a mechanic and a bull, but I don't know if you can get both of them.
And you might have to do a little bit more for that mechanic than that case of beer. You might have to drink that case of beer and then do something you're going to forget. And then maybe you'll get yourself a mechanical bull.
Drink 2 cases of
Are
beer.
you looking for a mechanic's bull or are you looking for a mechanical bull? I can't tell.
You might have to kind of change.
Yeah, your budget might be more the mechanic's bull.
Yeah, that's true. Man, mechanics are expensive over here. There's like the one mechanic I was talking to. He says just to look at a car and diagnose it, it's $130 an hour.
Yeah,
I mean that's
supply and demand, Charlie.
Right? There's not a lot of mechanics. Not a lot of. He knows what he's got. You know, he's clearly got a lot of business because he don't want to be looking at your car if he's charging that much.
Yeah. Well, I'm lucky enough where I got a shed that's got like 18 different holes in the roof, but under all the beer cans and beer cases, there is lots of random parts. And I've fixed so many different things while searching through cases of beer. And I found, there's an alternator there. That might fucking work. And we just bolt it back up and normally tends to work.
Wow. You just own a shed with a bunch of beer and parts in it?
Yeah. Yeah, my dad used to be into snowmobiling, and he's a big fisherman and that, so we got like all kinds of parts for the boat because he's kind of cheap as hell like I am, and we just kind of collect parts and search through the piles of beer cans and that, and then we have enough to put shit back together most of the time.
Well, and then I wonder if you got enough to make a mechanical bull out of those parts.
Yeah.
How hard can it be?
I've seen these boys on Instagram or Facebook, and they took like a coil out of a car, like a spring, and they welded it to like a rim of a car, and they put like a big like 50-gallon drum on top of it, so it just goes in every direction. And I'm like, man, that's what I might have to do because I can't afford me one of them mechanical bulls.
That you should absolutely do that, and you should take a video of it and send it to us.
I feel like I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, no, that's definitely it. Make sure you put a lot of padding between the coil and the barrel, though. You don't want it popping through because then, You're getting the mechanic's
That
bull
was
again.
very
You know what I
like
mean?
The bar the seat falls through on.
Yeah, no. Make sure that's welded on good, whatever it is, and put a steel plate between you and that coil end. Because I've seen some videos, and I know how that ends.
What kind of stuff are you watching online?
Yeah, don't worry about it, Miles. Don't worry about it.
Well, Tyler, we appreciate you taking our call today, and hey, just keep the arm wrestling in check. You don't need to be breaking glasses, and it's a family establishment over there at Hooters, whether you like it or not. And so you gotta respect the facility.
It's very true. I felt very bad the next way, and I'm happy. I felt very bad the next day, and I'm happy I tipped him a good $30 after that. I probably paid for the glass and for the waitress's drinks that night.
$30. Something tells me that you might want to revisit that place with a nice 20 spot. That might take care of it the next go round. But anyways, it's a thought that counts, and send us a video of that mechanical bull. All right.
Oh, fucking right, I will.
All right. Well, be good, Tyler.
Alrighty,
all right.
boys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Fucking keep her trucking, boys.
All right. We will, my guy. We'll see you soon. All right. Let's do a rematch.
No, God,
Yeah. I wasn't ready.
you counted it down.
Do a left hand.
I
Do a
wasn't
left
ready.
hand. You got loppers on your left?
The loppers on the left.
Loppers elbow.
Yeah. So I don't know. Hey, pretty good idea actually for that mechanical bull.
That is a good idea. You know, a barrel, a drum. I got a drum actually.
Do you?
I don't have any other parts though. I feel like, how would you get one going? You know, what would, like, some that moves the spring is all just a little one of these. Some that goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so on top of this, put a wheel. And then just an engine to move the wheel. We do it inside with a lawnmower. We just both die of carbon monoxide.
God, we didn't think that one through.
Yeah.
Well, should we take another caller?
Let's do it.
We have Eli from Nevada on the phone, and let's just say Eli is a chronic lowballer on Facebook Marketplace. And the first question I have for you, Eli, is, are you a middle child?
Yep, right in the middle.
Yeah, that adds up. Yep, we knew it.
Middle of 7.
Middle of 7. Oh, yeah. You got some chronic middle child issues.
He's mass produced.
He is mass produced. Thank you for taking my joke there, Miles. I like that. Now, Eli, give us the backstory here. You're just on Facebook Marketplace, just lowballing people to get kicks? What's going on?
Yeah, so growing up, we did like garage sales and stuff, and I think that's where I got the itch for it. And then when I got older and got a phone, I got Marketplace and started flipping stuff. Like, to me, kind of Marketplace is kind of like a social media, like Instagram or something. And
it's kind of like Facebook.
Yeah.
Just like Facebook.
You're a marketplace. You fancy yourself a marketplace influencer, in other words.
Yeah. Exactly. I try to get my reviews up and stuff, you know?
Okay, well, it doesn't sound like you're doing the behavior to get your reviews up.
Well, I haven't gotten any bad ones, so I don't know if that just means, I don't really know what that means, but.
Okay, well, tell us the scheme you got running with the lowballing.
Okay. So sometimes it's for things I want, and sometimes it's for things I just see on there, and then I just kind of send a comment. I had one recently. My fiance's family was looking for a inflatable Christmas decoration, and they had one in our town. So they messaged them and they were trying to get them down. So they were at like 180, I think, was their bottom dollar. So I came in like hard, like I offered them $100 so that their deal at 150 would be good, look better. So they messaged me and said, absolutely not. Like, bottom dollar is 155. So I went back to my fiance and I was like, okay, I got him down to 155. So I could go get it for you guys for 155, even though he told them 180. So that was a recent one. But
yeah, no, hold on though. You're not being totally truthful with us, because when you called us and left a voicemail, you said, I lowball people even when I don't have any interest in buying their things. I'll also look at anything in the entire country and just lowball people. And then if someone doesn't like my offer and is rude about it, then I'll be a little bit rude back. So that's what we want to talk about.
Yeah, this extends beyond your Christmas decorations, Eli.
Yeah.
We've done our homework here, okay? We listened to what you told us.
Okay. I'll get on that.
Because that is diabolical, man. You're just looking up random stuff and just lowballing, taking up people's time.
This is reverse inflation is what it is.
So a lot of times I'll lowball people the real value of what I think it is. So I think I'm like, bro, there's no way you're going to get any like that much money for it. And I just want to see the reaction, or I'll read their description and say no trades, and I'll offer them trades.
I see what he's doing here a little bit, Charlie. He's kind of like
he's a troll.
He's keeping people in check, a little bit of a Robin Hood type vibe. You see someone that's a little bit greedy with their listing, and you're doing work for the people to lower the price so that the person that ends up buying it doesn't get ripped off.
Robbing from the rich to feed the poor. Because of all the rich people selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace.
I like that.
Yeah. Now, I know you're stocked pretty heavy with some of these messages. Do you have any favorites from your archive that you can read to us?
I'm looking through some right now.
Yeah, we would like
take your time.
Yeah, we would specifically like one where the guy was a little bit rude to you and you were a little bit rude back.
Okay, here's one. Do you know like those Razor crazy cards?
The Razor crazy cards. Let me see.
It's like drift cards.
Oh yeah. Those are cool. Those are fun.
Yeah. So there was one of those, but the guy he made it into a tank. So it looked like a little airsoft tank. So I messaged him and he said not a cent lower than $2,000. So I messaged him and said, would you take $1,999? So he came back with like a bunch of laughy emojis and said basically F you. And I was like, well, you really think someone might buy that for $2,000 when it's, I basically said it's a piece of junk. Then he came back. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go for it. Go for it.
Oh yeah. He just came back and said well, if you don't got the money, then get out of my marketplace listing or something like that.
I like that, actually.
Have you ever gotten into a fight off of this situation? Has it gone back and forth where you're losing sleep over the next thing you're going to say to this guy?
Sometimes we'll message back a little bit, and then let's say a month later, marketplace will notify you if they lowered the price. So I'll message someone, let's say in September, and marketplace will say this person lowered the price by $100. So then I'll go back and say, is my offer good now?
Does it ever work?
It's actually we actually bought a dirt bike for my one of my friends doing that.
Nice.
He was like, yeah, actually, you know what? It actually would work, and you can come pick it up. So we went and picked it up.
Well, there you go. What are the top 5 tips or top 3? What are the top tips for lowering somebody on Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah, you're a professional lowballer.
Mm-hmm.
What are the tips to the lowball?
Okay, I think first of all, the number one tip is have a buddy who has Facebook Marketplace accounts. You offer them a little bit lower than the price you actually want to pay and see what he says. Then if he says no, then you get your buddy to go on there, message him, and totally lowball him by a lot, by at least half. And then your offer looks a lot better.
You got a lowball tag team going.
Yeah, a little sting operation.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, we call that lowballing the lowballer.
Yeah, lowball the lowballer.
This seems kind of scummy.
Yeah, I know, but I kind of like the art of it. Okay, so you get a buddy. You got the buddy system going. What else?
Sometimes you can get them if it's been on there for so long, it'll be this was listed a year ago, and then you can hit them. You can kind of hit them with a little bit of a since it hasn't sold in a year, would you take this? And then sometimes they'll do that.
Yeah, and you can word it, Charlie, kind of I'll take it off your hands.
Oh, yeah.
This is burning a hole in your garage. I should just take it off your hands.
Patronize the product a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah, and do kind of the thing he did, insult the product a little bit. It probably hasn't sold because you can clearly tell there's no tread left on those tires.
Yeah, yeah.
So I could take it off your hands for you.
A dig and drop. Dig the product, drop the offer.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yep.
In doing this,
yeah, I'm doing you a favor by taking this off your hands.
Exactly. It's kind of how those sort of douchebags hit on people at the bar. They'll remember when it was big? What was the name of that book? There was some book, The Game or whatever, came out. You ever heard of that?
No.
It was a really douchey book about how if you're trying to go out with someone, you insult them a little bit at the beginning to drop their confidence. I don't know. There was some movie or a book about it a few years ago, but it seems like the same tactics are applying here to Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
What is have you gotten though a dude, people get in fights on Facebook Marketplace? Have you ever had that where you felt bad about it? You utilized your powers a little bit too poorly. Do you have a scenario like that?
No, I've never actually, because I will only show up if I actually want to buy it, or if we kind of agree on a price. I've never actually gotten in an actual fight.
Yeah. Okay, I kind of got us off track. All right, so you got tag team. You tag team.
Well, here's a question. Yeah. I got a question for him. Have you ever not lowballed someone, and or after talking to them, you paid more than what you offered?
Oh yeah, I have done that.
And that's what we call, Charlie, the old swindler's trick on the other side. You bring up about how your wife's got cancer or something like that, make the guy feel bad. This money is going to go towards hospital bills, and all of a sudden they're paying full price. So the lowballer just got highballed.
Yeah, because for every lowballer out there, there is a highballer.
Correct.
And when you sell stuff, are you a highballer?
Oh yeah. I'm firm on my deals.
I like that this all started. Your origin story is in flea markets. His hero origin story.
Yeah, well, he's more of a villain, Charlie. What's your villain origin story?
It was honestly garage sales. Just walking around the streets garage sales, rolling up. You see a sign on the side of the road, and you pull over and walk up, and then you can haggle with the people there.
The art of the haggle.
The art of the haggle. He
got all of his knowledge from haggling old ladies in their garage.
Who was the hardest haggler in the garage sale? Was it the old ladies?
No, it was actually the younger, kind of middle-aged guys who his wife was probably making him get rid of stuff, but he actually didn't want to get rid of it. So he was, those guys will not let their stuff go cheap.
It's like Michael Scott with his neon beer sign.
Oh yeah,
it's not for sale.
I love. There's a check in the Bellied Up bingo for a Michael Scott reference right there. We haven't had one of those in 3 episodes. Well, okay. So I think we do appreciate the fact that you're coming clean with us on you being a professional low baller.
Yeah, I guess he confessed to us that he's a low baller.
This was a hidden bellied up confession, which means, Miles, we need to end by giving him his penance.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. You didn't know, but you were in the confessional the whole time, and now we are going to give you your penance.
Miles, what prayers does he need to do?
I think he needs to do a glory be or two.
A glory be or two.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe one Nicene Creed.
One. Ooh, that's a deep cut.
Not the Apostles' Creed. That's cutting it short.
The Nicene Creed.
The whole thing.
Because you got to be Nicener to people.
Yes, you do.
And if you don't do these things, well, you better.
Well,
because otherwise you're going to be condemned to, when you hit the age of 40, you're going to just have low balls because you're a low baller. All right? So you say those penances. You want low
saggy balls, or do you want to do the penance?
I'll do that second option.
The penance.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I think we should give him one more thing. One more thing for his penance. He's going to say those prayers. Then what, Charlie?
I want you to find the next thing you see. The next thing you see on Facebook Marketplace, you got to do the Midwest barter on it and say, "Oh, I couldn't give you $50 for that. That's real nice. I got to give you 60 at least."
So that's one. And my additional penance is you have to list something on Facebook Marketplace that you don't want to list. And you have to accept the first offer that you get. So if you get that's your penance. If you get a lowball offer, you have to take it.
And we want to see receipts. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing them balls down by your ankles. You're going to be playing hacky sack with yourself.
Your balls hang low.
Do they wobble? Do they throw? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie them in a ball? Can you throw them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your balls hang low? Bump, ba-da-dum, bump. Those were your balls clicking together. Anyways, thank you for calling in here. We appreciate your confession, and good luck out there on the Facebook Marketplace.
Thank you guys too. Watch out for deer.
All right, you as well. We'll see you now.
Man, it's like the little like secret societies in society.
Yeah, like the
Facebook Marketplace is definitely one of those.
Oh yeah,
it used to be Craigslist. You know, now Craigslist is a whole different type of people. And now you got this subset of people that hang out on Facebook Marketplace all day, and they know the tricks of the trade, the ins and outs. I mean, you got inside jokes with people in Facebook Marketplace.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I've never used Facebook Marketplace. I've only used Craigslist.
Really?
Yeah. I've always been very loyal to the Craigslist situation.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. You're old, so.
What? No, Miles, I'm hip, okay? Yeah. Facebook Marketplace is too
you broke a
pop
hip
culture
because you're so old.
You watch yourself, Miles. I may have lost an arm wrestle.
What you want to arm wrestle?
You want to go toe to toe on this? Huh? Yeah, you better sit down, Miles. You better sit down. Oh, are you gonna raise your chin to me? Uppercut. Got him.
Should we take another caller?
Let's do it before we get in a fight, folks. It's winter out there, and things get icy, okay, like parking lots. And sometimes you slip, you go ass over tea kettle, and then you break your femur. Who are you going to call? Miles?
Nicolay Law? No, don't call the Ghostbusters. They won't do anything for you.
They won't. They might come over and cross a stream, but cross streams, but that's not going to help you out. That's not going to get you there.
You get yourself in a slippery situation.
Uh-huh. I like what you did there, Miles. It's a play on words. It's really good. And
it's got to be some type of fall if you're breaking your femur.
To break a femur on a fall, but then who's going to pay for that? I
don't know.
You think your health insurance is going to cover it? Doubt it. No. If you want that money that you deserve, you call Nicolay Law. They're going to lay down that law just like you laid down in that parking lot. And they're going to get that money you deserve to fix that femur right. They'll buy you a whole new femur if you want.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is to start the new year with a broken femur and not get the money that you deserve.
Yeah. I can't be going femurless into 2025. No. I got to go fearless into 2025.
Yes, you do, Charlie.
And that means femur full.
Femur full and fearless into 2025. Guys, give Nicolay Law a call at 1-855-NICOLAY or visit nicolaylaw.com. Let them handle the tough stuff so you can focus on enjoying the start of the new year.
Beautifully said, Miles. Beautifully
right off
said.
the top of my dome.
Miles, you know what I love about New Year's?
What do you love about New Year's?
I love
Charlie?
cutting a big old hole in the ice and going polar plunging. And you know what feels the best after a nice cold dip into a freezing lake?
I don't know. What is it?
An ice cold glass of Tippy Cow.
I see what you did there,
Yep,
Charlie.
this is the Wisconsin drink after you tip it on back or after you celebrate the new year. Cold as hell, you tip it on back to the Tippy Cow because I got to tell you, nothing beats an ice cold ice bath.
And what gets more Midwest than jumping in a frozen lake?
Now, listen, I know there are some people that are like, I don't like to be that cold. Well, fine. Fine, you pansies. I got one for you, too. You take the Tippy Cow and you put it inside your hot cocoa.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. I didn't think you were going to come up with that good of an idea.
Thank you, Miles. Or your hot coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You call it a latte tippe. And that's a Tippy Cow latte for those of you who don't speak French. And it is a beautiful alternative to the cold glass of Tippy Cow. However you bring in the new year, make sure you include Tippy Cow in the deal, ladies and gentlemen. Tip it on back to the Tippy Cow, Miles. Cheers to you.
Charlie, actually.
Yes.
So we have a voicemail hotline now.
That's pretty cool.
And we actually got a voicemail listen to end the episode here.
Hell yeah. Let's hear it.
All right. Here we go.
Hey there. I apologize for the road noise in advance. So it can be kind of bad. I'm traveling for welding. But what I'd like to talk to you about, sorry, I forgot my name and age too. I'm Tyler. I'm 18 years old, just left the house. But one of the things that I got is, you know, I take it that you guys are pheasant hunters. I love the road hunting for ditch chickens hat. Although I guarantee you that you have never seen a black Hooter pheasant. It's a mutation in the pigment of the pheasant, and it turns it from a brown, and you know, the beautiful browns and the tans and the reds and the blues and just a normal pheasant, and it turns it into completely jet black, and in some rare cases, it'll make them purple, blue, and green. It looks exactly like a peacock. You can look it up right now, and you will be blown away.
Wow.
But here's the kicker. I got one. It's taxidermied. I got it a couple of months ago, like upon my graduation. And I got 27-inch tail feathers on this sucker, too. So I got pretty lucky there. So I want to know, sorry, that's semi. But I'd like to know, what's your thoughts on that? I think it'd be kind of neat. To hear your response. I know that whenever I say a black pheasant, you know, people look at me like I'm crazy. And maybe I am, especially for liking it that much, but hell, I know it's something that you don't find very often. I haven't found much information on it, so I'd like to hear your thoughts. Anyway, take care, guys. Watch for deer.
This guy just taxidermied a crow.
Yeah, he got it. He got it for his graduation. They just told him it was a black pheasant. No, Charlie, we looked it up, and he's telling the truth.
Look at that thing. I like how he talked about how rare it was, and then he's like, "Yep, I got it hanging on my wall right now."
Well, so my question is, do you think that he shot it, or
I don't
he just
know.
got it as a gift?
It was unclear.
But what a graduation gift!
I mean, seriously, to get a black pheasant, or I mean, I thought he was being.
Oh
punked
my
for a
God! Look
while.
at that one.
That cool.
Actually looks like a peacock.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah, I imagine it is a wild bird.
They were brought over from China. Do you realize that all the pheasants were brought over?
That.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you, Charlie.
What's
what
that?
would you do?
If I saw a black pheasant like
get up in front of you. You got your new shotgun that you got for Christmas.
Oh, I'd shoot at it in a second.
Yeah.
It would live. It would live.
Yeah, you're like, why does it matter if I shoot at it?
I'd miss it for sure. I'm not very good at pheasant hunting, but
I mean, that is almost too beautiful to call a ditch chicken, Charlie.
I know.
What would you call it instead?
Not a ditch chicken. I'd call it like
Ditch caviar.
I wonder if it tastes any better. You know,
I bet it tastes the same because it's all the same on the inside. You know.
Well, do you know that, Miles?
No, I don't.
No, you don't know it. So don't just go throwing that out there like that. I don't. You know, I'd probably shoot at it. I definitely miss it. I'd actually be curious if that was okay to shoot at. You know, like if you ever see a white deer, you're not shooting an albino deer.
Was that illegal or just a?
It's a no-no. You don't do that.
It's agreed upon that you don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. The rare things, you let them go. And then, I let everything go anyway.
I wonder if they could just breed them that way.
I think they can. This one looks to be in a facility of some sort. So I bet you someone at some point has found these things and made them, watch them make love and have the babies. Yeah. It's kind of like, oh, look at that one. That's an interesting one with the brown coat there. Oh, that's
a pigeon.
That's a pigeon. It's a decoy too.
Yeah, it's just a cartoon drawing, Charlie.
Well, it looked weird. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it could be a ditch peacock.
Ditchcock. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
like
ditchcock.
Yeah.
So it's not ditch chicken.
I'm road hunting for ditchcocks.
Yeah, that's
Careful
good.
where you say that. That might give someone the wrong impression.
Yeah.
You see these albino pheasants too, Charlie?
No, I never. Oh, that's
that
just a chicken.
just looks. Those are chickens.
You know what that is? That's what's that cartoon chicken? That big cartoon one that walks around chit chat.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn. That's exactly what. I like how you knew that right off the top.
Hey, wouldn't that be funny? Like you buy that thinking that you bought an actual chicken, and you're like, why is it laying eggs? Just not getting any eggs.
This actually looks like the cornflakes guy.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's a little fun pheasant fact for us here on the
spelled with a PH.
Yeah,
fun pheasant facts. Yeah. Did you pheasant hunt this year, Miles?
I did.
Nice. I didn't go. I did not go. Well, I still could. It's the season.
Yeah, was it through? You got a few days left, don't you?
In Wisconsin, we don't really have a season. You got to have a buddy who has a game farm, and then you can shoot the hens there. So, my burger's here.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Well, guys, a little fun pheasant fact for the Bellied Up podcast because we're pheasant guys here.
We are pheasant,
and
arguably, I'm more of a pheasant guy because I let them all live.
Yeah, you care about them more.
Yeah, I care enough to miss. So,
what I was gonna say though is we actually got some new road hunting for ditch chickens patch hats on the Oh You Betcha website, Charlie.
Those are slick.
We gotta get you one of these. These are brand new, hot off the press.
I'll take that one off your head.
I don't know.
Okay,
we'll see.
All right, maybe I'm a good boy.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Bellied Up podcast. We'll see you the next one, and remember, Charlie, what?
Tip your bartender.
Love you guys.
Bye bye.